Hey Deckers, LEGO 2K Drive is here and it's a bit of a mixed bag on the Steam Deck. Is it worth £50? I don't think so, but I'll let you guys decide through the video. It is very mixed on the maps. Depending on the map, depends on your frame rate. Even at the lowest settings, you'll get huge dips. But we'll give you the best settings that we found to manage to get somewhere in the middle without it looking absolutely horrendous. Now there is a couple of issues to make you aware of. First off, if you try to run this with a GE Proton 8.3 for example, it will just hang on the launch. Now this can happen with the standard Proton or Proton Experimental as well. But I did find that a restart of the Steam Deck seemed to fix that. However, with the GE Proton, it does seem to just hang here regardless. So you'll need to run this under the default or Proton Experimental. And as we always get asked, if you try to run this offline, although it has a fairly good story and offline mode, running this offline on Steam Deck just crashes after the 2K Drive entry. It looks like it's going to work, but then it just hangs and then you get an Unreal crash. So I have tried this on both SteamOS 2.4.7 and 2.5 beta, and it's the same problem. Also with Proton Experimental or Standard. So no offline for now. This is probably why it's not got a verified status at the moment or any status at all. Running this on the lowest settings looks absolutely awful. It is playable if you don't mind the graphics of less than a Switch by the looks of it, then you will get mostly 60 frames per second, but again you still get those dips down into the 40s depending on how much stuff's going on. Doesn't quite go into the 30s, but I really found that this did not look good on the Steam Deck screen, especially after running it at medium settings previously. But if you can stomach it, then it will give you a bit better battery life, as well as a bit more stable frame rate. If you put this right up to the medium settings, it does really struggle somewhat, but what we found is a good mix of medium and low. So set the medium preset and then put the effects quality, shadow quality and post-processing quality down to low. And this will give you a good balance. It looks pretty good and it will hold that 60 frames per second as much as it can. But there are just some sections of the map, and especially in the multiplayer modes when there is a lot going on and other players, it just dips down. Most of the time it is short-lived, so you will get that higher frame rate for the most part, and it will sit around the 24-25 watt mark in the multiplayer matches, so you are going to be around the 2 hours at the absolute most on the battery. In story mode it is still a mixed bag. Depending on where you are in the map and what's going on, it does dip down again, but again for the most part, even with the real-time events or the quick events, it does seem to hold that 60 with these settings a lot better. Overall there is a lot going on in this game. With multiplayer modes with cup and races, there are quite a lot of tracks, as well as the whole story mode campaign. You can even build your own car from scratch with your own design with the Lego blocks. But is it worth £50? I don't think so. This is very expensive and the season pass is another £30 on top. Or you can buy the bundle for around £75–80. That's a lot of money for a racing game. So let us know in the comments below if you're going to be picking this one up or waiting for some patches to get that performance a bit better on Steam Deck. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.